I'm Joshua, Joshua Kryah. Thank you, Harryette, very much for that. And thank you to Sharon and to Sarah and to Alex and everyone else that's here. It's very, very exciting to be here. The book, I'm going to read just a small piece from the sequence that I sent that the broadside stars in. It's actually the last poem of 7 or 8, I forget how many sections. 7 or 8 sections of the poem. It's the last one. And as Harry mentioned, these poems are based on glossolalia, the phenomenon of speaking in tongues. And it's meant to go and range all over the place, obviously. It's about inspiration, it's about imagination, it's definitely about spirituality. It's about being sort of feverish with the spirit or different kinds of spirits. The need to speak, the need to not want to, the anger of wanting to speak and not wanting to speak. The poems include and corrupt a lot of different voices. Some of them are contemporary and some of them are old, scriptural. Some of my favorite guys are in there, John Donne and Thomas Wyatt. But I also have people like Louise Nevelson is in there, Amy Semple McPherson, lots of different contending voices and lines and quotes that I have taken and put in there. Gil Scott-Heron is someone who's very important in the sequence. And I'm just going to read one of them, if I can find it. And that would be it. Holy Ghost people. 1. My voice once a city, a people. Now flames, glass shattering, the huddled and hurrying away. Let us go down and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. The whole language of me halved, then halved again, until no word it hears, no amount of thrashing, convulsing, can make the body bring it, this reverence for what it can't own, O word, O home, back. There's a vulnerability to ideas of faith and belief that is sometimes not very comfortable, especially for me. This sense of powerlessness or giving yourself up to something, the spirit or someone else's will. And these poems are really definitely struggling with that. And my including other people's voices and lines is my doing damage to their own sense of power. I've taken it away from them, put it in my poetry. So, number 2. Speaking resides outside the body. That radius, that radial, from which the voice, as if on horseback, rides from the burning city into its surrounding forest. A warning, an alarm, an encumbrance of what's to come. I told the spirits I didn't want them. Such admittance is rupture, sundering, an estrangement from self I couldn't know I had a part. They came upon me, and come, and come. 3. Oddly endless, your word, my part in it, how neither of us speaks without the other. What language promises that something will be said or someone will listen? Am I your keeper then, your steward? What fetches up is tumult, clamor. That which refuses to be hushed is the throat's beehive, its birdcage. Fouled our speech is and regrettable, for not having said enough, or too much, or never again. 4. How to speak to one another, how to listen. There, in the thicket, the mockingbird takes on, like a twin, the sound of what surrounds it. Thicket, thicket, thicket. To say and to hide behind the same. This gift, what your visiting bestows. In the thick brush, my voice, unrecognizable, thrown back at me. What I am in search of. What I no longer, depth after depth, fathom, but am in. Your thicket, thicket, thicket. 5. Inside the gourd, a locution stirs. That which I abandon, you abound in, like unto whited sepulchres. begin with ordinary speech, then become dark rags, bones, empty shade. So much noise, your script now bespoke, made lingual, but for how long? It smote the gourd that it withered. One has no other than one's own self to afflict. I speak of marauding, wrecking the body, so it might speak its bodiless message. 6. Silence, every throat's sovereignty. But what to do with these pale and bewildered utterances? For I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. They affirm all things, they deny all things. They confound and confuse and make tolerable and too much to bear all things. They, you, this disturbance in which all other disturbances cease. I thought to cry, but you were just that, this heaving, mouthful after mouthful from me, your good word. 7. Limited, the body's vocabulary cannot always say what it feels, what it wants, what it is. Unendurable, this voice scrape, a songbird lashed to my throat. Where can I escape from thy spirit? Where can I flee from thy presence? Should a body sound, I wager, it would resemble something like this. The bird start, my crow bleat, your unintelligible name. And the last one is the broadside. And you can't see it from here, but it's actually a sonnet from John Donne. And I've erased and taken parts of that poem out and created my own or appropriated it. And the wonderful thing that Taryn did, though she's not here, the woman who made this beautiful broadside, is that she left a sort of ghostly impression of the original sonnet by Donne and then sort of exhumed or raised out the part that I had taken from it. So it's really wonderful. And I can't wait to hang it on my wall. So I'll read, that's the last one. I'll read it from the book. All changing, I'll start with me. All changing, unchanged, my always endless thirst, my heart and voice, all that. Thank you so much.